used to wet the bed until 13 years old. Very, very tough, especially for sleepovers.
So, when I was a kid, I used to enjoy looking at the way all my toys used to work. Every single toy that I had, I would find my dad's tools and take it apart. Just rip them all apart because I just wanted to figure out how they worked. And that was what sparked my love for learning things and eventually what led me to becoming an engineer. So here I am today in my third year of civil engineering at the University of Manitoba. No problem.
This one time, I was at a comedy night and I was leaving on my way out of the building. This guy came down the stairs and got in my way in a suit, and the only thing I could think to say to him was, "Good evening, Senator." He looked at me, we looked back, parted ways. He never said anything. We'll never know if he was a senator.
Hi, this is a little Easter egg from the people who were behind this. Nathan finished editing the videos in the car. I finished editing all the audio at 2 p.m. So whoever ends up listening to this, which is probably going to be me, enjoy.
I'm really scared that my daughter's not going to be okay. But I hope she is.
Hi. I've never really told anyone this, but I'm actually really torn between I'm torn between wanting to enjoy my 20s and doing dumb shit, and so that's one thing. The second thing is developing my professional career and starting a family. I don't know what to do. I'm only 20.
One time, I met a man from Selkirk who was older than the birch trees that surrounded him. He talked with a very raspy voice. I can't remember his name, unfortunately, but he always was just this gruff, like, oh, and he always called me partner. He was like, oh, come on, partner, we gotta go do this, partner, we gotta go do that, partner. Anyways, he ran the kayaking shop in Selkirk, and he told me of this time where in some indigenous community up north, they had to go out and kill pretty much the entire dog population of a small town because it was threatening, I guess, the ecological environment of wherever that was. He described in vivid detail of this brutal culling of these dogs. They shot them, they trapped them. It was just horrible. And when I asked him how he felt about it, he didn't seem too fazed about what he had to do, and he just sort of calmly said, well, that's the way of the North.
One time I was at a party where a man got drunk for the first time, and he thought he was possessed by a demon, and we were about 80% sure he was going to try to kill somebody, and it was people I'm not friends with anymore, and I miss them. And even though I fell asleep on the floor and my first hangover ever, it was probably the most fun I've ever had, and I miss them.
Okay, I don't know if this is much of a secret, but I'm gay. And all my friends know, just my parents. My parents don't know, and I want them to know very, very soon.
Hey, I am currently in my healing stage right now, and I think coming out tonight helped heal my inner child. Beautiful exhibit, 10 out of 10 would come again.
When we were young, we would set up a picnic in the living room. All we would do is lay a blanket down and have cheese and crackers and sausage and pepperonis and peanut butter on crackers, and we would watch The Wonderful World of Disney and the show that came after it, and it was super cool. A very fond childhood memory.
This is by far the worst time of my life. I feel like I've never had a good period of time in my life, just like plateaus in like grade 10 and like grade 8 maybe, but it's constantly getting worse. Sometimes I have hope that it'll be better and it keeps me going, but it just gets really bad every year, and that kind of sucks. But I can always count on childhood memories to invoke a feeling of happiness in me, and I'm glad that I got to see an exhibit like this that focuses entirely on that. So yeah, thanks, Nathan.
A core memory for me is going to Lockport with my grandfather when I was a child. We used to go get ice cream at Half Moon, and shortly after he passed, I went with my mom, and I cried, but it was the first time in my life I ever cried happy tears.
So my dad worked shift work when I was a kid, so when he would pick me up for lunch hour, and we would simply have alphagetti and play NHL hockey on the computer because we didn't have a PlayStation back then. And yeah, we bonded over that, so lots of memes with Dad.
Testing, 1, 2, 3。五大訴求缺一不可，五大訴求缺一不可。光復香港時代革命。
I've started thinking more and more about the fact that my parents are getting older, and I'm really scared to have to take care of them soon.
Hello. Once upon a time, in my house, I was calling my brother bad names, and he did not enjoy it. He has anger issues, so he decided to take a pencil, and he jumped and stabbed me in the back with it. So, yeah, I still have a mark there. Good night.
Hello. I went to Disney World. I never talked about it because my dad would go there, and he went there to try to steal the magic. So now I'm never going to Disney World. Hi, I like home and I sleep until noon and I like it. But school's the worst. I don't really like I am Ryder, and I will never forget about my uncle what passed away of when I was 1. My little sister Ryla never got to see him.
Don't stop believing. Someone in this world is loving you somewhere.
Please breathe.
Kill it.
I have a problem.
Delete star.mp3.
Yo, I'm so deep in the stew, they call me Moose Meat. First movie that I ever seen was Bruce Lee. I was born to die, kick it in loosely, put it into Bruce teeth through a 2B, pencil it a loose leaf. Remix! Corn! Hey, y'all, I'd rather be a dropout than never left high school. All I hear is they don't go about it, way that I do. Anyway, found a broken mirror, fuck if I knew. Then she made it clear I'm getting out, I would find you. Lied to, mind defeated, you feel deserted. I'ma tell whatever God is on you, did you got it perfect. and let the rest write their own book. I'ma spare an old-fashioned friendly Manitoba. Handshake, leave them bleeding out, hit your home up. Roll around, windows down, hoodie up, spitting cobra. Yeah, gotta ditch the flat black Chevy Nova, and I'll be on my way to smash that, bend it over. Yeah, backing out the driveway, clip the dad's rover. Wasn't really that drunk, wasn't that sober. If I had it my way, then he could be on my face. Funny how the times change, sticking the aroma. Yeah, gone with the highway. Fuck anyone that said I couldn't do it my way. Yeah, I'ma hit you up before Friday. Let's smoke a little weed, get through the...
Yeah. You're recording it. Have a great day. Hey, my check. 1 2 1 2. Yeah. Today is 2022, September 24th, and I'm gonna share my story here. It's about a long time ago. I'm not kind of person to that I don't like making relationship at all. Like, I hate make relationship with people. But 1 year ago, I met a guy that older than me for like 13 years, and I kind of liked him, and we actually had sex, and I'm trying to build a relationship with him, and he rejected me. I felt so depressed for like 1 year, and after that I saw he was dating another girl, which is pretty cool. It's cool. He's 33 years old, and yeah, that's good for him. So I don't like him anymore. Maybe that's it. Thank you.
こんにちは。今日はこのヌイブランシュというパーティーに初めて参加したんですけれども、ここに来ることというか、カナダに来てこういう経験ってなかなかできないって思うんですよ。だからそうですね、このイベントに参加できて、でここにコメントを残せるということがとても光栄で嬉しいなって思っています。特に別に残すことはないんですけれども、そう貴重な経験になればいいなって思ってここに残してます。はい、以上です。バイビー。
A story. I don't know where this story will lead, but I'm gonna tell something. Being lonely while around people. No. How do I delete this? A story. Everybody goes through tough shit in their life, whether you think you know or you don't. During the pandemic, I was at the loneliest I could have ever been, and it was isolating being in isolation. But life goes on. Life moves on. Life isn't over till you're dead and gone, is what I always tell myself. You just have to keep on moving forward, because life never stops living itself through. Time never stops for you, although it may seem like you're at a stagnant place. But you shouldn't give up, because there will be people that you will be introduced to that will change your life and will pick you up from a place where you never thought you could have been picked up, where you thought you were always going to be down, where you always thought that you would have never gotten anywhere. life's not over until you're dead and gone. So keep living, because you never know what might happen and who you might meet that will change your life for the better. No matter how hopeless they may seem, life is always there for you to live.
I have really cool friends, and they're the best. That's my secret.
This morning I peed in the shower. I want to date other people.
Sometimes I worry that I messed up my relationship with my best friend and I'll never be able to fix it. It's really sad, and it makes me cry.
December 2020, he told me I wouldn't fall for him. So we made a bet, a $500 bet. Long story short, I have the $500. He fell first. And I hope I spend the rest of my life with him.
A story that's really important to me is the winter cabin trips I take with my friends. As we get older, it's going to get harder and harder to do, but at this current moment, it's something that we enjoy, we connect, we share, and it's the little communities like that mean the world.
Jasnau hanu di kioploga. Asluske hanu asti kioploga. Asluske un hidik atu eating.
The love of others kept me alive long enough for me to love myself.
I remember going to West Hawk Lake, 15 years old. It was pouring rain, and there was five girls, and we all had to wear garbage bags and take the speedboat across the lake to get back to the cabin. It was kind of funny.
Hi. Okay, I'm gonna try and be quick. But I stood here for a while and tried to think of a story that I could tell. And it was really hard to think of one. But then the only one I could come up with was when I had an awakening, kind of a spiritual awakening. And what happened was I prayed one night and I asked God to reveal himself to me in a way he hadn't before. And my grandparents had given me a Bible, and I flipped it open and it said Hebrews 11, which is the faith scripture. And I just kind of looked at it and was like, whatever. And then I closed the book and I went to sleep. And it's the first time in my life that's ever happened, and it hasn't happened since. I had a dream vision, and it was a bunch of different scenes and different things from my life. And I kind of felt held in it and hugged, but nobody was there. And as I was waking up, I could hear TV static. It was like this rushing water, TV staticky sound, and it got bigger and bigger, and it woke me up. It like rung in my ears, very loud. And it was the freakiest experience of my life, but just the most wonderful experience in my life, because the presence of God and love filled my room, and I wanted to stay in my bedroom so badly because of that presence. But in some ways it was so scary that I wanted to leave. So I was torn. Should I stay in this presence or should I leave? And that's my story.
Playing one. A while back I brought some friends. I brought my girlfriend and a friend out to the cabin. And there was one night we got pretty fucked up, pretty drunk, and we found this frog. He was just awesome. He had a lot of lumps. It was really cool. We named him Bert. And we had a lot of fun with Bert. We took a bunch of pictures, a bunch of videos. We sang songs with Bert, danced with Bert. And at the end of the night, we put him back. All right. but I had a feeling that he had a good time and we were going to see him again. So the next day we just finished a fishing trip, and we were coming back to bring the rods up and get some swim shorts to go swimming, obviously. And well, I saw something move by my feet, and sure enough, it was Bert. Same frog, same color, same lumps. And I just knew that he must have had a blast, as much of a blast with us as we had with him. So I love you, Bert, and I will see you again soon.
What's up? It's your boy, DJ Ilrai. And yo, look how many entries we got already. I think I'm number 46. Man, this is crazy. Share a story or a secret? Look how many people are sharing stories and secrets. It's amazing. It's awesome. And that post-it notes, like people are posting stuff on the back because it's getting filled. It's crazy. I love it. Super awesome job. Peace.
I guess I just wanted to share a bit about my experience through the pandemic. Yeah, pandemic's been hard for many people, but it's been a bit tough for me. I came out at the beginning of the pandemic, left the religion that I've been a part of for my whole life, 28 years, and the trauma of 11 years of conversion therapy caught up with me. But I found love and loss, lost my whole community. My best friends moved away and got divorced, and I've just recently found out I'm autistic. So been a lot of change, but I feel like my story is one of perseverance and resilience, and I'm excited, in spite of everything, to build a new life and future for myself moving forward.
I find comfort in the smell of stale beer and cigarettes. As a kid, I'd spend a lot of time watching either Grey's Anatomy or CSI Miami with my mom while she was hungover. And she was addicted to both drugs and alcohol, so I just spent a lot of time comforting her. I'm not a fan of the smell, but I do find comfort in it.
Hi Nathan, this is Mia, and I can't tell you how proud I am of you. This is definitely a core memory, and I'm so excited of what you come up with next. Yeah man, this is so insane, and I'm just so proud of you. I literally can't stop crying. I don't even know what else to say other than I'm so proud of you. Seeing all these people be so interactive with your work and loving it as much as we do. I don't know, dude, you're going so far. I'm so proud of you, man.
Hey guys, I just want to get like what's off my chest right now, and no, I'm just feeling so much love. I'm here just meandering around, loving, and yeah, honestly, took my bike all the way around the Forks to the exchange. I'm seeing so many people that I know, so many good smiles and hugs. My heart feels full. It really does. Man, I feel completely euphoric. It's so nice to see so many people out, and yeah, I love life. I'm topped up right now, baby. Love you guys.
I am still in love with Devin Gray.
We're on shrooms tonight.
On n'est jamais mieux servi que par soi-même, et mieux vaut être seul que mal accompagné. Ça vous sauvera du temps, des amis et de l'argent. Écoutez mon conseil. Voilà.
I got married, I guess a month ago, August 28th, and it's been a bit of a whirlwind. Lots of sad things. My dog got attacked. I started my first job, my new job, and got incredibly contagious hand, mouth, and foot disease. My husband got it. My dog had 2 surgeries, but I think I might be pregnant, which could be exciting or terrifying, but we'll see if it happens. And I'm looking forward to it.
Once when I was in grade 6, me and my friend went to my house for lunch, and she snuck some of my parents' alcohol with my permission, of course, which also I was not supposed to give. And the teachers realized she was drunk pretty quickly. And they all started calling her parents. So in the most successful lie of the century, both me and her conspired quickly and efficiently without talking to each other to convince 4 teachers, as well as our parents, as well as the principal, that she was not drunk, but she was sleep deprived. And we got away with it. And yeah, that's one of the lies I've been proud of. She was fine. I don't know. We were in grade 6. That's how it goes, I guess.
When I was 16, I met my first love. We were together for 3.5 years. And it came to an end, and as much as I wish I could just hate him, all I want in the entire world is just to have him back. I'll always love him, no matter what, even if he is a bit of an asshole.
So, long story short, 3 years ago I went to court to report my sexual assault story, and 4 days ago he was convicted not guilty. So I was in that trial process for 3 years, and I told myself leading up to it that I was going in it to tell my truth, and no matter the outcome. But now that I've found the outcome, and they victim blamed me and said that I waited too long to go forward, and there was just, I don't know, I felt super invalidated, and felt like, I don't know, like the weight that I was hoping to weigh off, to be lifted off my shoulders wasn't lifted. It feels like invalidating. That's the only way I can put it, but I don't know. I feel like this is a new stage of processing that I'm having to enter, and I'm just waiting for it to get less heavy. But yeah. That same summer, I was sexually assaulted, my sister passed away a couple months prior, and they said that wasn't a valid reason to not go forward to the police, because I didn't want to bring it home to my family. My parents had just lost my sister, so it's hard. I'm only 19, and I feel like I'm carrying the weight of the world, and I just want to put down this bag of bricks.
Lane sucks.
When I first met Nathan, the director of this wonderful installation, it wasn't even in person, it was just over text. He was reaching out to me through a third party, asking about how to do some editing stuff in Sony Vegas, and I think it's so funny to see where we are now. He's doing this crazy installation, showing so many people his mind, his creativity, and I'm just so proud of him and how far he's come, and I can't wait to see where he goes next.
So this is a really cool experience, and it's kind of making me think of the first ever Nuit Blanche that I went to. It was really cool. I remember it was really cold. I think it was even snowing, and it was just one of the greatest nights of my life.
Hi. My
my core memory would be when I went to. Dude, I am speaking. Anyways, core memory would be when I was biking and it started downpouring, and instead of getting mad, I took in the moment and enjoyed every piss and bits of just being at the moment. Just rain dripping down my face, just riding, having a good time. That's my core memory. Yes.
One of my most prominent memories, I was 17. I was traveling abroad with a bunch of my school classmates. We had just landed in Greece. We had just made it to our hotel up in the mountains, and we wanted to check out the grounds surrounding the hotel. And being a bunch of 17-year-old boys, we decided that we were going to race from the second floor to the pool that was outside the back of the hotel that we were looking down on. And in true 17-year-old boy fashion, rather than running through the hotel and taking the stairs with the rest of the boys, I promptly swung myself over the balcony and dropped 2 stories to the wet ground below, where I fell and tumbled out of it. Thankfully, the ground was wet and I did not break my ankles one day into a 10-day trip. And that is one of the decisions I've made I will never forget.
I'm trying to share my secret. Will you stay away? Thank you. The secret I would like to share is, before meeting my fiance, I felt like I'd seen him so many times in so many dreams. So many freaking dreams. And I don't know, maybe a past life connection. I never believed in past life until I met him. And my fiance doesn't believe in anything. He's an atheist. Yeah, that's the secret. And I don't know if I'm ever gonna tell him about all the dreams I had about our past life. Ever? Maybe, but they say never say never. We'll find out if my fiance ever finds out in the future about my other side.
Hi. Do you ever think about how beautiful life is? Just standing still on a parkade, just appreciating the people, the cars, the nature, walking by. That's what life is about. Just every little detail, everything you see, it's just amazing. And you should stop once in a while and smile and really just appreciate the beauty of life, because that's what it's all about.
She was a fairy from another world, and she was reincarnated as a human because she had to meet him, and he had been wandering around all these lives for her from so many years, so many lives. Finally, she came back on Earth just for him. But in order to find him, she had to go through all these other demons hidden behind human minds. Every time she thought she found true love, but no, that was another demon. And then she gave up on love. The moment she gave up on love and started searching for her own inner self, then he came randomly back into her life. They both attracted each other with self-love. And then now she knows who he is. But he still has no idea that this is the same fairy that his soul had been wandering around from lives to lives and from years to years.
When I was a teenager, I thought I was pregnant, and I took a bunch of pregnancy tests, and like some seemed like they were positive, some seemed like they were negative, and my boyfriend at the time was really shitty and just was like, oh, you gotta get an abortion, and pro-choice, I gotta get an abortion. And I was like, I am also pro-choice, and I do not want an abortion. And then I got my period and everything was okay, and I still don't know for sure whether I was pregnant, but I tell everybody I had a miscarriage because it felt like I had a miscarriage, and I still think of it that way. And it ruined my relationship with him because of the way he handled it, and I don't know for sure whether it was real. And I still tell everybody it was.
I lied about my grandmother's last words to spare somebody's feelings.
One of my core memories is when I was skating at 2 a.m. with my friends, some of my closest friends, and we saw the Northern Lights. It was a couple weeks ago, actually. It was amazing, and that's how I got a huge-ass bruise on my hip and some scars, but it made for a very good memory, and I'll never forget that night, even though I was incredibly intoxicated.
I seek validation from temporary people because my parents couldn't process the attention and love that I needed from them. They constantly had been working overtime and working multiple jobs to keep food on the table, but I didn't understand that at that time. And the attention and love that I didn't get from them, I seek through other people. So I overcompensated. I gave and I gave and I gave until there was nothing left for me to give. And it left me in a broken state, and I resented my parents for it. But instead of confronting them for it, we traded barbs back and forth towards each other. And instead of trying to understand the love that they had for me and the way that they showed it, I resented them because they couldn't give me the attention that I needed. But being on my own and doing things my own way made me realize that they did what they had to do to ensure that we would survive. And even though I understand it now, it still leaves a hole in my psyche. It still leaves a trauma in my body. It still leaves a hopelessness that they would love me the way I needed to be. So for years and years and years, I chased love in empty places, in temporary people that don't stay. And I resented people that didn't reciprocate that love. But it is what it is, and I learned what I did. I accidentally burned bridges, but we are who we are now because of the things that we've done. And maybe one day we'll all make sense of it.
Lancez cette flèche. I don't know how to be happy.
Generational trauma is real.
So from a very young age, I had been trapped in a cage. I come from a very small community. The only way getting in and out is by plane, and for most of my life, that's all I knew. Just a small town with a few friends and a very short perspective of what the outside world was really like. My father, he was a person who valued family above all, and to a certain point, it became overbearing. I was expected to be the perfect son, the perfect student, the perfect uncle, the perfect friend. It became hard to live up to those expectations. So I desperately wanted to leave home. And when the chance came for me to finally leave, I took it. I didn't hesitate. So now, I'm free. I'm finally free from the grasp of my family. I can do whatever I want, go wherever I want, be whatever I want. It's a very liberating feeling that I've never told anyone. Nobody will ever know, and nobody has to know. That's my secret.
Ah! Wait, stop. This is scary. When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. I need to stop.
Oh, I can actually talk here. Okay. Hold on, let me put a different story up here.